Welcome to Facts Intrigue, where history comes alive with the most compelling stories from our past. Today, we embark on a journey through the life of one of history's most fascinating figures, Mary, Queen of Scots, in our feature presentation, The Crown of Thorns, a journey through triumph and tragedy. Before we unravel the intricate tapestry of Mary's life, filled with power struggles, betrayal, and a quest for sovereignty, we invite you to join our community of history enthusiasts. Please subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to ensure you never miss out on our explorations into the intriguing and often mysterious annals of history. Your support inspires us to uncover and share more stories that have shaped our world. In this video, we delve deep into the heart of 16th century Britain, a time when the thrones of England and Scotland were arenas of political chess, and religious division cast long shadows across the realms. Mary Stuart, a queen who became a monarch at just 6 days old, would grow to embody the very essence of regal dignity, facing adversity with unparalleled grace. From her early days as the infant Queen of Scotland to her tumultuous reign, marred by contentious marriages and the relentless pursuit of her claim to the English throne, Mary's life was nothing short of dramatic. But who was Mary, Queen of Scots, beyond the crown of thorns she bore so elegantly? What can her trials and tribulations tell us about the era that shaped her destiny and led to her tragic end? Stay tuned as we peel back the layers of myth and legend to reveal the true story of Mary, Queen of Scots. Prepare to be intrigued, enlightened, and perhaps even moved by the tale of a woman who navigated the stormy seas of political rivalry with the heart of a lioness. A Queen's Prelude. In December 1542, a child was born who would become the heart of Scotland's sovereignty and England's ambitions. Mary Stuart, known to history as Mary, Queen of Scots, entered a world brimming with political intrigue and religious upheaval. Early years, a queen shaped by two nations. Mary's early childhood was overshadowed by the rough wooing, a series of military campaigns led by England's Henry VIII, aimed at securing her betrothal to his son Edward. This tumultuous period set the stage for Mary's eventual removal to France, where she was to be raised in the French court, betrothed to the Dauphin Francis. Even before Mary's journey to France, her infancy was marked by personal loss and the heavy burden of monarchy. Mary was not the firstborn child of King James V and Mary of Guise. She had two older brothers, James, Duke of Rothesay, and Robert, Duke of Albany. However, both brothers were lost to the fragility of infant health in the 16th century, passing away shortly after birth in 1540 and 1541, respectively. These heartbreaking losses left Mary as her parents' only surviving legitimate child, placing the weight of a kingdom on her shoulders from the tender age of just 6 days old. Her sudden elevation to Queen of Scots was not just a matter of royal succession, it was a beacon of hope and continuity for a nation reeling from loss and facing the looming threat of English aggression. Mary's unique position as the sole legitimate heir amplified the political importance of her early years and shaped the decisions made by those around her. Her father, King James V, had also fathered several illegitimate children, giving Mary a number of half-siblings. Yet, in the harsh realities of 16th century monarchy, these children stood outside the line of succession, their destinies diverging sharply from Mary's own. This distinction underscored the isolation and immense responsibility Mary faced as the linchpin of Scotland's future. In the opulent halls of the French court, Mary Stuart's world was one of rigorous education, political intrigue, and the art of diplomacy. Surrounded by the grandeur of the Renaissance, Mary received an education befitting a future queen consort of France and, potentially, a queen regnant of Scotland. She was tutored in Latin, French, Italian, and Spanish, acquiring fluency in each, which would later serve her well in diplomatic correspondences. Mary was also trained in the essentials of governance, statecraft, and the complex dance of courtly politics, lessons that imbued her with a sophistication and acumen rare for women of her time. Beyond the intellectual rigors, Mary's upbringing in the French court was steeped in the cultural refinements of the Renaissance. She learned to dance, play the lute, and appreciate literature and poetry, enriching her persona with the art's soft power. This education not only polished Mary's public image but also sharpened her mind, preparing her for the challenges that lay ahead. The influence of the French court on Mary extended beyond academics and the arts. It was here that she formed bonds with the powerful Guise family, her mother's relatives, who were among the most staunch supporters of the Catholic cause in France. These relationships would shape much of Mary's political outlook and alliances throughout her reign. Mary's marriage to Francis, the Dauphin of France, was not merely a political alliance but a partnership formed in the crucible of their shared upbringing. Though their marriage was orchestrated for political ends, the young couple shared a bond of affection. Francis, a delicate youth, relied heavily on Mary's strength and intelligence, and her influence was evident in their joint rule, however brief it might have been. Their union represented a beacon of hope for the future of France and Scotland, a tangible symbol of the alliance against England's Protestant monarchy. However, destiny had other plans. Francis's untimely death merely a year into their reign as King and Queen Consort of France devastated Mary. The loss of Francis not only left her heartbroken but also politically vulnerable. With Francis gone, Mary's position at the French court became precarious. She had been Queen Consort of France, a role that vanished with Francis's last breath. Her mother's death around the same time deepened her isolation, severing her last tie to her Scottish heritage while in France. This period of profound loss and change was a crucible for Mary, hardening her resolve and shaping her into the monarch who would return to Scotland. No longer just the French Queen Consort or the Scottish Queen in exile, she emerged a figure of resilience, determined to navigate the tumultuous waters of her Scottish realm. Her return to Scotland was not just a homecoming but a reclamation of her destiny, armed with the lessons of diplomacy, statecraft, and personal tragedy learned in the French court. Her story, marked by power, passion, and tragedy, begins with her ascension to the throne at just 6 days old, following the death of her father, King James V of Scotland. Her legacy, however, would unfold across continents, through her lineage, her struggles, and her undying claim to the English crown. Here, Mary's education and upbringing imbued her with the grace, intelligence, and political acumen that would define her reign. Yet, her heart remained Scottish, her destiny intertwined with her homeland's rugged landscapes and fierce independence. A union of crowns and the quest for peace. Mary's marriage to Francis II of France in 1558 seemed to promise a union that would strengthen the Catholic hold over Britain. However, Francis's untimely death in 1560 left Mary a widow at 18, prompting her return to Scotland. Amidst a realm divided by religious strife, Mary sought to navigate the turbulent waters between Catholicism and the rising tide of Protestantism, led by figures like John Knox. Her return to Scotland was not just a homecoming but a reintroduction to a country she hardly knew, ruled by a people she was yet to understand. Marriage, motherhood, and misfortune. Mary's personal life deeply influenced the political landscape of her reign. Her marriage to Henry Stuart, Lord Darnley, was a bid to strengthen her claim to the English throne but ended in disaster and scandal with Darnley's murder in 1567. This event, coupled with her subsequent marriage to James Hepburn, Earl of Bothwell, a man implicated in Darnley's death, alienated her from many of her subjects and eroded her political standing. While her personal and political lives were fraught with turmoil, Mary did succeed in securing the Stuart succession through the birth of her son, James VI of Scotland, later James I of England, ensuring a Protestant heir to the throne. However, her other children, including any that might have been born from subsequent marriages, remain less known, as James was her only child to survive infancy and secure a place in history. Captivity and the fight for freedom. Mary's forced abdication in favor of her infant son in 1567 marked the beginning of her 19-year-long imprisonment at the hands of her cousin, Queen Elizabeth I of England. This period was punctuated by plots and plans for escape, as Mary became the focal point of Catholic plots to overthrow Elizabeth and place Mary on the English throne. The discovery of the Babington plot in 1586 sealed her fate, leading to her trial and execution for treason against England. Legacy and final resting place. Mary, Queen of Scots, met her end with a dignity that has immortalized her in history. Executed on February 8, 1587, her life story has been a source of fascination and debate. Initially buried in Peterborough Cathedral, her body was later exhumed in 1612 by her son, King James I, and reinterred in Westminster Abbey, in a tomb reflecting the royal status she was denied in life. Her death not only marked the end of one woman's struggle for power but also the closing of a chapter in the bloody history of England and Scotland's union. Conclusion: the Eternal Queen. Mary's life story, from the heights of her French queenship to the depths of her imprisonment and execution, is a testament to the complexities of royal politics, the perils of personal ambition, and the enduring spirit of a woman who, despite her many controversies, remains a figure of intrigue, sympathy, and historical significance. As we delve into the annals of history, stands as a testament to the turbulent times in which she lived and the indelible mark she left on the world. As the final chapter of Mary, Queen of Scots' life comes to a close, we are left to ponder the legacy of a queen who navigated the treacherous waters of 16th-century politics with a courage and resilience that still captivates us today. Her story is one of dazzling heights and dark lows, a testament to the power and peril of wearing a crown in tumultuous times. Mary's life, rich with ambition, love, betrayal, and sorrow, reveals the complexities of royal existence and the enduring struggle for power and legitimacy. Her enduring legacy, marked by the union of the Scottish and English thrones under her son, James VI, shaped the course of British history in ways she could never have imagined. We invite you to reflect on the life of Mary, Queen of Scots, not just as a tale of a queen who lost her throne and her head, but as a story of a woman who, in the face of insurmountable odds, remained steadfast in her convictions and dignity. Her story, a blend of historical fact and enduring mystery, continues to fascinate and inspire. Thank you for joining us on this historical journey. If you enjoyed delving into the life and legacy of Mary, Queen of Scots, please like, share, and subscribe to Facts Intrigue for more captivating stories from history. Don't forget to hit the notification bell to stay updated on our latest releases. Share your thoughts and any historical figures you'd like us to explore in the comments below. Until next time, keep seeking the truth behind the tales, and may the stories of the past enlighten our paths today. Farewell, and keep the intrigue alive.